There he is.
Hey man, how you doing?
Good, good. Does my feed get notified that I'm going live too?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I think you do. I think it says both of us are going live. If not, I'll save this after we're done and I'll send you the original copy. You could do whatever edits you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Let's go down that list. Let's
Yeah, of course.
let's motivate some people.
Yeah, man. You want to start off? You want to introduce yourself and what you're doing? All the great things you're doing.
Cut out, would you say?
You want to start us off and introduce yourself and all the great things you're doing? I'll go after you.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you for having me.
Hey man, no problem. Of course. Look, we're from the same class. Look, we both done some good things so far, and we're growing. Why
Yeah,
not?
I've been following you for a while. And it seems like ever since you left, I feel like that was a big move for you.
Yeah, it came more out of necessity, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. So as what I needed to do, I need to grow. So I had to adapt, and that's it. And that, so a lot of stuff, man. But yeah, tell everybody that doesn't know who you are, and
Yeah,
you.
I'm so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my name's Chris Bucklander. I actually went to Broadneck High School with Hunter, graduated same class, and
Woohoo.
exactly. And it's been a lot of trial, hard time, a lot of trial and tribulation, a lot of stupid mistakes that were made. Uh,
Hey, every business owner.
but everything that we've done as a company, myself, everything that we've done, I don't take back any of it because if I didn't make all those stupid mistakes, then well, it's different. If you make a stupid mistake and you don't learn from it, then you're just dumb. But
Yep.
if
Yep.
you can take those as a learning lesson and actually proceed in life, just know like that's why people highly recommend mentors. Is they can the sole reason people find mentors is one, good decisions, two, avoid mistakes. So
Yeah.
I found really good mentors in my life. I had to do a lot of things to get to those mentors, but it was all worth it. All the money I put into finding mentors and avoiding mistakes. Um, but leading up to that, I was a stupid kid, dude. I was a stupid kid.
Bruh. Bruh.
And
But
now,
to
and
be
now
honest with you,
I own
uh,
MadSoaps, so we're doing well. It's a seasonal company, but MadSoaps is probably worth somewhere in the $1 million range if we were to sell it. But we're not going to sell. We just got a big facility. I won't talk about that where it is,
yeah, yeah.
but we'll have a ribbon cutting in Maryland, and we're doing big things. But the important part is we made all the mistakes to get there, and a lot of people aren't willing to make those mistakes.
Yep, yep. And you know what? As much as I like school, we need school, but it doesn't teach you how to pursue your goal. Um, and it's very, I mean, my mentors were Robert Kiyosaki and Ken McElroy, and that my partner introduced me to them, and there's a few other. But if you're trying to do what we're doing, yeah, you go to school to learn kind of how it's structured. But in
You get
terms
your
of,
when you make a mistake.
yeah, they punish you when you make a mistake, and what is that?
I've only been
Stops you.
rewarded for mistakes in my life. I've only been rewarded ever because of
Yep.
learning experiences.
Oh man, shoot! I'll tell you one thing. When when me and my partner first came out with our first club, um, we had we had about a deadline of 2 weeks to get the players. We kind of overthrew it, and he was sweating, and I was like, oh shoot! I mean, let me find some of these players, and luckily within 42 hours we made a team. Ironically, there was another guy that did the same thing. He didn't make it. He didn't find one. So he had to fold. But I was like, with that mistake, it kind of, you had to become a little more prepared with it. I found out what's the best way, what's the best route to find particular people who are the best partners, who came through, who didn't? Because you know there's a lot of jokers out there, and
And
you
there's
know.
also a dude that got cut. Maybe he'll be even better because he got cut. Life is tough like
Yep.
that.
Oh shoot! You know that team I made. I'll be honest with you. Professional players, ex-professional players, international players. We had a couple Division I players from college, and we stole some players from Barcelona Academy, from Barcelona. So it was like they were just getting sick of it, and they just wanted a better opportunity. I was like, okay,
Good.
hey.
Good for the world. You provided opportunity, allowed people to conquer their own journey. That is great.
Yeah.
That's what I do too. Is I allow opportunity. I have some guys in my company making more than it's like profiting, taking home more than I do, but I've given them an excellent opportunity to provide a value for the company that will last forever.
I like what you did with your company. I liked a lot what you did when you went back into the community and you grabbed some of our old friends or some of our old classmates, and now they work for you. I saw that. I've been keeping track of you too, and I was like, there's a lot of people I recognize from our school, and that's how a business grows. If you can't get back to your community, yeah,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Because it is true. If you do give back to your community will give back to you.
Yeah.
And that's pretty big. No matter how big you are, there's always a piece that should go back, and then that piece doubles back to you. So I like what you did there, man, with MadSoaps, that business, man. It looks like it's really coming together. What made you start? What made you go that route? Because I know that particular area you're in, there's a lot of competition. It's very not volatile, but you have to have a lot of balls. So let's just say to jump in there in that arena and then to be successful in it and to grow like you did. Yeah. Tell me, man, what made you go in that way, that route?
So this is a pretty controversial topic. I don't necessarily believe in competition. There's a business rule. It's usually 20% of the business goes to 80. I forget how it's termed. I think it's 20% of the business goes to 80% of companies, but the top 20% of the businesses will get 80% of the business in the area. So we did. Can I cuss on here or no?
No, you're good. We can hear you clearly, man.
There was a lot. There's a lot of things that we started fucking up a lot in the beginning. We were just doing what everyone else was doing. It's like, hey, let's go look
Yeah.
up, let's see what this person's pricing. Let's just mimic exactly what they're doing. What's working for them? This is a big company too. This is a company that's been around for 30 plus years. Let's go mimic exactly what they're and try to compete with their brand that's been around
Mhm.
for 30. Well,
Mhm.
we've been around for 6 months. That ain't
Yeah.
gonna happen. So
Yeah.
find a way to be completely different, which our strategy was let's advertise our people. Let's tag our people. Let's show how happy our people is because we pay them fucking good. So
Yeah.
they're happy most of the time unless they have to deal with a really crappy job or something that makes sense. Let's advertise our people. Let's kick ass on social media because a lot of the older heads aren't doing that because they
Yep.
don't know how to open up Instagram.
Yep.
So we took over the social media market, and that was really good for us. Most of our leads were coming in through like technical Facebook ads, Facebook leads, campaigns, all these things that 50, 60-year-old competitors had no idea what they even were. So that's
Yeah.
how we were able to step up in the marketplace was just through being different. So don't get me wrong. I mean, it was a tough journey. I was living in my car for 7 months to make it happen, but that was life changing for me. I needed that kick in the ass. It's been a tough journey, but that's how we made it to. I don't want to say the top. We're not number one technically in sales, but for what we do, for how we differentiate, we're certainly number one in our spectrum.
Yeah, man. Every level has a new devil. I'm pretty sure you heard that phrase before. Yeah, that's
That's exactly right.
that's the
What
uh,
was Hunter? What was a life-changing moment for you in your career?
so FC Omega for me. I came into different phases. It happened in different phases. Um, I didn't start football until I was 12. My partner, though, a very dominant personality, very liked, very persuasive. You could tell something's different about him, something very special. Like
Yeah.
so, just I was a kid at the time, but I did have a lot of thoughts, dreams, and stuff like that. I just suggested to him because we saw that the system was screwed up, especially in the American system. That's the need. Little did we know that was a global problem. I suggested to him, why don't we make our own system? Not recreate the wheel.
See where the
You
problems
don't.
are.
Yep, you don't need to recreate the wheel. That's where most people mess up, and that's why the youth system in America and the MLS are always failing. They're always trying to recreate shit. Don't recreate it. Just improve it. Simple. Just improve it. You
Not
already have
broken.
the structure. It's not rocket science. Improve it. So I suggested to him, why don't we create our own system, going off of an already structured system, and pick up where they're messing up at. Years later, because he had his own ideas, he wanted to be small, just one piece, like just for goalkeeping. I was like, no, let's be instead of being the business, let's be the government type type deal. That not let's pretend the government didn't hear that, but so years later, actually the name FC Omega came off of my dad's dead mother. So Omega's power. So in tribute to her, the name was from her. And later on, though, what really kind of kicked it off for me was, I was heading to Premier League with goalkeeping, really high prospects. You know me. If you looked at my old high school films with goalkeeping, all that other stuff. So I had the godfathers of goalkeeping teaching me how could I fail. Well, when I broke my wrists, that's when it really changed for me, because I had to make a decision. Do I quit football, or do I change into a field player, which I was already gifted in some parts, some abilities to help me transition. The problem was when I converted from a goalkeeper, a lot of people turn their back on you, and you have to start
What?
from zero. Well, see, the thing is, I may have been an extremely high-level goalkeeper, and I just recently sent a player to his national team in first division club. I just my product, I made him just for. I mean, it was for fun, but I believed in the kid, and now he's playing. He loves it, playing in his country, and he's playing first division ball. So my system works. But the the problem with the American system is they want for sure products. And the problem with most of the systems out there, they want the sure product. I was a sure product as a goalkeeper. I'm not a sure product as a field player. So despite everything, I had some people stick around. I'm not saying everybody abandoned me. And full props to my father, because he doubled down, and he really gave me opportunities and chances that it would have been longer, let's just say, because I had to start from net zero in that sense, especially leaving from high school to go to an international country that doesn't even speak English. They speak a dead language. Yeah, it was a recovering communist country in Europe. Beautiful country, but that's a huge, massive move. But the system came in of, okay, I'm not the only one this happened to. There's millions of people that have the same story, whether you're going for professional, semi-professional, college even, forget all those things, high school. how many people from our high school just quit because of, well, we're not going to say why they quit, but
On some bullshit reasons, there's no doubt.
we'll
I
just
mean,
say there's a lot of bullshit reasons. Yep. That, you know, there's a need there. And these people don't necessarily need to stop. They just need an opportunity to either grow and learn, or they need more opportunities along the way. Just that one, they just need a crack in the door. And that's where, and then that's where we were like, okay, it's time to kind of come out there and not create the wheel, recreate the wheel, but, you know, fill in the niche. And then when COVID happened, it was detrimental to my football career, but it was a blessing for my business career. because people think when things like that happen, whenever wars, lockdowns, or an economic disaster, people lose their mind. They start selling. They start, you know it. They start jumping off. You know, we'll just say they lose their mind. But no, that's when you start buying stuff because it's the cheapest. Because let me be honest with you, if you see any business backed by the government and they're going bankrupt,
be careful.
and they're going, well, no, they're gonna love this. They're gonna love this, and that business is going bankrupt. Invest in that business. Because I guarantee you, Thomas Edison's company, General Electric, that's backed by the government, isn't going out of business. So FC Omega, in that sense, was like, oh, okay, it's the cheapest time to pan our company, make it, contact people, because no one was doing anything during COVID. I mean, I saw the one guy in his basement playing mini golf. I was like, he's bored.
Total.
Yep. He's bored. So, yeah, it was slow, but FC Omega really started and kicked off during COVID. It made its first movements during COVID. But the reason why I said all that background story was because it really started with the idea all those years ago. It wasn't something like, oh, let's do this. No, it happened over time. Nothing just happens, you know, just like that. It happens over time. It's not fast. And the people that happen to it fast, they're lucky, but they still have work to do.
Social media fucked up the modern day because of that. I think everything is so fat. And I did a video on this, and it went viral, and I got shit on for it.
Where can people watch the video? If you want to share the video, what would be a good place?
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, so it got taken down, and I pretty much got like canceled, whatever you want to say.
Okay.
Because there was some vulgar usage of words. Some people couldn't handle the word being said. I understand that there was some offensive wording used in there, which pissed off some people, but most of it was my opinion, and I actually talked about that. And I think social media is making everything extremely, not just social media, just technology in general. And I'm not going to go into about how we had hard lives growing up in the 90s, this and that. But social media now is super, super accessible. Everything's super easy. It adds consequences to other things in life because not everything is that easy. Like if I want to text Hunter, get on the phone with Hunter, it could take me 2 seconds. If I want to go to a business, it's going to take me 20 years. I think it alters the concept of people, and it's just getting easier and easier and easier. And that gives people like me and you advantages because it wasn't always that way. I had to work for years. I had to bust my ass, blood, sweat, and tears to get where I am today. And I still have my full potential to reach. I'm nowhere compared to where I can be in 10, 15 years. But things are getting easier, and it's giving guys like us a huge advantage in the marketplace because that's all I experience with is marketplace and just growing my company. That's what I do full time. And it's getting a lot easier for people, and people are starting to get suckered into it.
Yeah, I'll tell you the greatest skill both of us, every business owner needs, is the ability to sell.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's number one. Number one, base.
Is that if you don't know how to sell, you're gonna have it. You might make it, but you're gonna have a really tough time.
You're gonna eat shit in the beginning. It's gonna
It's
suck.
going
Who are you
that
gonna
learning
what are
curve.
you gonna do?
That learning curve is
What are you
gonna
gonna
get you.
try to compete online with like Coca-Cola and like big companies for you're just going to throw a bunch of money that you don't have. You need to go out and you need to convince people to buy you.
Yep.
And if you can't do that, you're not going to it's going to take you a very long time to get where somebody could get that can sell in a couple of years.
Yep, yep, yeah, man. I understand. I see some new people. Actually, one of the student I sent, the student that plays for his national team came. He's watching now. But for those who just now joining, Christian has a business in Maryland. Go look him up. Where do you want? Where's the best place to look you up at? Where do you want to send people your direction?
They can they can go check out the YouTube video. They half you guys might get offended by it, half you guys not. Other than that, you can go check out my business, MadSoaps.com. You can check out my Instagram page, Chris Buckleitner. I'm not on Twitter. I could get on Twitter, but I pretty much have that for.
Twitter's wild, man. I don't like it. But
You know,
yeah, and,
I like Elon. I've never been a fan of Twitter, but I like Elon.
oh yeah, of course, man. Man's making waves in the water. And you can find our stuff. We're FC Omega, a global organization, have a few professional football clubs on the way, and some already here. Um, you can find us on our website, FC Omega, FC Omega, and Instagram is under my profile, Hunter Davis, and we have a YouTube channel. Don't ask me why. It's Galactic Flash. We'll talk about that later. But
That's bad at him, I'm not gonna lie.
it was my personal profile at one point until I realized I had to sacrifice it because I already had the views to turn into my business profile. But the name was already there. So I was like, hey,
You saw an opportunity, you took it.
yep, might as well go with this. And I'm not losing the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's mistakes with your business as we're going on are crucial for growing. It's almost you can't avoid any mistakes when you're making a business, especially in our cases. A lot of mistakes have happened, a lot of mistakes, and to be honest with you, some I do wish I caught, but the lessons I learned from them, you couldn't pay anybody to teach you. You can't. You had to learn them yourself. You know, like you said, you struggled a lot and you made a lot of mistakes, and you know, you were wiser for it, man. And I can see it from
Yeah,
where you were to where you are now. There's a significant difference, and
you can't pay me to read a book on how to go homeless in your car for 7 months and expect to see results for me to go through a winter 7 months living in my car, cleaning cars out of my. You can't. There's no book you can read on that. There's no book
yeah,
you can read on learning. You gotta trial and error, trial and error. It sucks, but that's why most people don't start, and that's why guys like us have a huge advantage because it's scary to start and fail because you're guaranteed gonna fail. You almost have to go into it with the mindset of like, all right, you ready? And most people aren't willing to do that. That gives you a huge advantage. And you guys
yeah,
watching and you're scared to fail and you're never going to do it, fine. That's better for guys like us, you know? Like, that puts less competition. Like, if you're not going to do it, that only benefits guys like us. So if you do
yeah.
something, if you do want to fail, if you do want to grow, if you want to learn and grow, go for it. Highly suggest it. Only good things can come out.
Yep. And one thing I do want to say, if you are trying to start a business, first, I mean, you hear it all the time. First, know what you're doing. Like Christian says, know know the people that are already doing it. Um, know what they're doing right, and try and figure out what they're doing wrong. Usually, people are telling them, writing in their comment sections, other stuff what they're doing wrong, and try and fill in those needs. It's going to propel you. Um, time is both your friend and your enemy. So before you jump in the water, why not test your feet out in the shallow end? Get an idea of what you're dealing with. Because when that time is your friend, that means you haven't started anything yet. You're just doing your research. You're putting your head down. You're talking to people. You're seeing the mistakes. But when that time becomes your enemy, as soon as you make that first movement, it never stops. As soon as you make that first movement with your business, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you know about it. It never stops, man. Time never stops.
Yeah, time is money nowadays. I mean, and you've heard something called analysis by paralysis, like we were talking about. Like, I could have spent weeks, if not years, researching local business to see what I'm trying to get into, and just been like, okay, back to the matter. These guys are killing it. These guys are second. These guys are third. Third place has been around for 30 years. Around for a month. I'm not going to start. I have no chance. If I would have said that 4 years ago, I would have nothing. So analysis by paralysis is a real thing. Don't get scared. You know you're going to fail. You know you're going to have to eat shit. Just go do it. The sooner you do it, either do it now while you're young or later when you're old. It's up to you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's two phases. There's you thinking about it and planning, and then there's the actual action. Both are important, but alone,
They're no
stuck. You're stuck. You're stuck, and there's no way around it. And you're going to fail, so might as well fail forward. I mean, that's from Les Brown. Motivation. Fail forward.
Steps later if you have to. Don't spend all your time planning. It's the same 50-50 if it's going to fail or succeed. Just take action, figure the shit out later. I mean,
yeah, man. I totally agree with you on that side. So, let's finish this off on a good note. I'm sure we have a lot more to say, but let's finish this off on what does your business mainly do? What are the things you do, and where are your capabilities, and where are you kind of reaching for? Where's your goals that you want to share? That you want to share. I know there's a lot of surprises. You and me got a lot of surprises on the way. We don't want to give up all our cards, but I'm sure people are interested to hear some of the stuff that's already known to the public.
Straight to the point. We work on cars, on boats, RVs, motorcycles, everything, cleaning to repair, and that kind of stuff. We just purchased a big facility in Maryland, and our goal is to have 100 big facilities around the world, and then sell it, maybe sell it, we'll see. But that's the goal, and we're on the way. We're well on the way. And I would like to help inspire people, because I know right now it's tough to find inspiration because the generations are getting softer and softer and softer. I would like to be the voice and help people.
Unpopular opinion, but he's correct, man. I mean, we're definitely in a Roman situation. The wolves aren't outside; they're inside.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not the first person to say it, and I won't be the last.
I think wolves are going to get louder inside of people as years go by, too.
Hey, but good thing. I mean, it's a good thing for us if we keep to our plan and our mentors and make sure we're not joining with that crowd. But yeah, I'm glad I linked up with you, especially now that I know you want to have a lot more facilities around the world because at its bones, FC Omega is football. But we do a lot more other things, and shoot, you'd be a very good partner if you wanted to.
Oh,
Man,
love
I love that mentality. I love your mentality. I like how you worked through it. You didn't give up. That in itself is half the battle. I mean, your mind is the strongest muscle, and you know you see so many businesses just stop after the first failure. No, man, you kept going, and props to you. Props to you, man.
one more question I have. Did you
Yeah,
ever
shoot.
hate for the things that you've done and you've accomplished? How much hate did you get?
That's a good question. Well, let's put it this way. So, me and my partner, we still have the odds against us in some things, but especially in the you'll see it more in the U.S. with the football system. We're about more connection, more unity. The problem is U.S. Anything soccer-wise, football, soccer, aka soccer. Um, if you see football, it's more unity. College, NFL, you know, club, college, club, high school, NFL, college, NFL, you know, simple, unity. If you go to the U.S. youth system, though, it's like an alien. So the moment we stepped in the gate, the moment we walked through the door, there's a lot of hate. A lot of hate. Some because they didn't believe we can do it. Like, oh, what do you think you're doing? Type deal. Some knew we can do it, and that's competition. But at the end of the day, the people find out we're not competing for the same thing. If you're fighting to compete with me, you're going to lose because I'm looking for something else. I'm looking for multiple objectives. Very militaristic approach. So that got a lot of hate. But with all our partners in the end, they're all happy with us. All our partners are happy with us. The community that comes with us, everybody that works with us is happy. But if we're talking about clubs and youth systems and trying to get players and things, they're not having it. They don't like it, and that's a problem.
Well, if you weren't doing well, love it.
Yeah, man. But in all fairness, I was surprised in a lot of people because they turned around very quickly and they started supporting us. Some of the hate became support, and it's not coming from players or parents or future fans and everything. It's just coming from those already structured companies, those already structured clubs, you know, or academies or whatever. So it's very interesting to see because usually you'll have their fan base attacking you too. When that place is attacking you, their fan base is attacking you too. We didn't have that. We were fortunate in that sense, and now it's more of curiosity. I think now it turned. There's a few knuckleheads out there. I'm not going to name who, but I got little surprises for them in the following years. A couple call it. I wouldn't say revenge, but they'll know what happens. Everybody will know what happens when it comes.
All that,
And,
all that hating, we spent all that time hating. It's just how the
yeah,
world.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's that simple. Look, I view that like this. Me and my partner view it like this. My partner said it best, and I took the quote and I saved it in my mind and I adapted it myself. A lot of people like playing checkers. Well, we like playing 4D chess. You know, you play.
While people they make it full-time jobs to try to take down people at the top. They could just
Yeah.
time productively. Like a ton of other things, but they not to.
Look,
Why? But
yeah, look. It's that recreation of the wheel. It's that
yeah,
I said this. Anyone that wants to partner with me, come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to my partner. There's no reason. There is enough. There is literally in the United States alone. Don't quote me on this, but there's 350 million people. About
US?
in the U.S. alone. You're telling me with all those people, and not everyone plays football or whatever, you know. But you're telling me there's not enough room for both parties to benefit. That you can fill everyone's needs.
The
You're
way
delusional.
the way I have ever looked at it is when people hate on me or people hate on your business or the things that you're doing, the club you're trying to create, God knew that you can't do it alone. So he sent you little minions to go help boost you up. That's the way I look at it. Is
Yeah,
God
man.
knew that I could not do it by myself. So all the haters he sent to me are the people that he sent to go help me. That's
Man,
just
I like the ideology, man. Like everyone's got their ideology, and that takes them very far. It's simple. Either your ideology is either negative, and you will fulfill that, or it's positive, and in that case, you will fulfill that. If you keep going that direction, either way, both will be fulfilled, depending on
and
which
you know
what's
crazy.
okay.
They're
Huh?
both hard roads.
Both are hard roads,
Both
but at
are
the end of
hard
the day,
roads. Why would you choose the bad one?
but at the end of the day, would you rather cry in a Ferrari or cry on the side of the street? I'm just, hey, me personally, hey, people say money doesn't bring happiness, but it sure helps.
What does not having money bring? Nothing.
And crying
Nothing
on the
either.
street. No, no.
It's crazy, man. They're both hard roads. You can choose to hate on people. You can choose to go win, and they're both hard. They're probably both just as hard, but in the end, it's going to be much harder to be broke and having hating on people for 20 years than
Yep.
being broke, sitting in your fucking Ferrari, knowing that you've grinded from the bottom to the top. Both are hard roads. You got a choice to make. It's up to you.
Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Just how a lot of people don't take action, and the ones that do and the ones that don't. It's just that one action that separates both of them. And for you and me, we took the action that took us towards that dream, and you see a lot of our friends that took the other action, and they're still there, and they're regretting it, or you know, for whatever reason.
Those are the ones that hate on you, by the way. That's where I've gotten most of my hate from, is from people that started in the same place I did and now that are fucking millenniums behind because of the grinding and hard work and long hours I put in the past 5 years. Those are the ones that hate on me the most. That's the reason I asked that question. They're the ones that watch all the time. They never support. All they do is watch. And if you give them a reason to hate on you, take it and they'll blow fire at you.
You know though, they the funny thing is though, the more they talk about you, the more people around. It's free advertising. The more they talk about you, the more the word gets out there. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, there was one particular club, youth club, that talked a lot of a lot of crap about us, and ironically, it brought a lot of players our way. And I was like, I'm sitting here grinding. I'm getting 4 hours of sleep. Just gotta find some of these players. Gotta find more coaches and stuff like that. Oh, where'd you come from? And someone contacted me. Where you come from? Ah, yeah, I heard so and so talking about you. I'm interested. I'm like, this is great. I didn't have to pay anything. I pulled out. My partner pulled out Wall Street ads. Let alone we got the haters talking about us, giving us free advertisements in themselves.
Do you realize that they're actually what we're doing or no? Do you think they're just stuck in that little
I think
reality of what they think is life?
yeah, I'm not gonna say it's resentment or anything. I'm not gonna say it's. I'm gonna say it's more regret on their part. They didn't take an action, and this it either comes down to stubbornness or their inability to reach out to you to say, hey, look, I might be doing something wrong, but I can change it around. can we work together? Can you pick my mind? And I think because of that stubbornness, um, and just that old age inability to say, hey, look, I need help with this. You somehow found a way in the mythology, and it's the hardest thing to do. It's the simplest thing to do and the hardest thing to do. But I think that, and it just kind of builds up inside, and it becomes resentment and it becomes hate in the end. I don't necessarily think they truly hate you, but I think it's that you're doing what they wanted to do,
What they could have done. And I
or
think
what they could have
that's
done.
exactly right. The same thing that you just said, how I would word it, is energy cannot be destroyed. So we all start with the same amount of energy.
Yep.
This guy takes off. He goes up here. This guy sees that takeoff. He still has the same energy, but half of his energy has turned to resentment. So he has the same level of energy. It just at one point was positive, and now it's not. So
Yeah.
now you're going to feel that. You're going to see that from the bottom.
Yeah.
That's
And
unfortunate. But they
yep.
could use that energy and do good things with it, but they choose not to. And maybe they don't realize that that same energy that they're using to resent could be used as energy towards a good thing to project themselves. And it's
Yeah.
fucking.
And yep. Yep. That's exactly right. I agree with you, man. And to be honest with you, it's that one action again. Just reach out the hand and ask, hey, can we have a partnership? Hey, can we do this? Hey, look, I may not like all your ideas, but I can take a few, and then in return, I'll share a few. And look, you don't have to, a partnership doesn't mean like a contract or anything. It can mean two people. Hey, how you doing? Shake hands. What can I do for you? What can you do for me? I'll be willing to help you out and grow. If you help me out and grow. Um, and I think it's just that one action that if you're failing and you have the opportunity to talk to the person in your field that's being more successful at that moment, it's not consistent, because one day you'll be ahead of them, one day you'll be behind them. But that one action that defines whether you're a big success or you're the greatest flop.
Exactly what you said. And that's that one. And then somebody, let's say somebody that was in this video says, hey, well, Hunter said I just need to take one action. They shoot one DM. The dude says no. They're like, oh, they get, how many no's are you willing to get before you get a yes? I mean, I was knocking on, it's 2009. I was, dude, it was COVID, and I was knocking on doors during COVID.
Yeah, yeah. Look. I've sent, just based on, we'll say my player career alone, I've sent over thousands of DMs on all the platforms you can possibly imagine, minus Twitter. I'm not. I'm not messing with Twitter. Twitter will eat me alive.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. But how many? I've got way over 100,000 rejections. And I'm sure you have the same.
Oh, yeah.
And I think. Oh no! Please go, man. Please.
Daily.
Yeah, daily, not monthly, not yearly.
No, this is
Like
daily.
daily. This
I
is
signed up for this.
this is what I do. This is because that one yes changes your business or you in the most massive way. Or it leads to something that changes you or your business in the most massive way. It's either them or a referral. It's either
right.
them
Exactly right.
or a referral. And the thing I would have to say that is the best advice to give to somebody in life, doesn't have to be a business owner. It could be a man that works at McDonald's as a cashier. Get used to people saying no to you. Get used to rejection.
Get used to rejection and learn how to get better at getting less rejection with sales.
Yep, and learn how to bounce back from that rejection. Don't throw your phone against the wall. I've seen someone throw their phone against the wall. They read something. I just saw them. I was at a restaurant. I just saw them read something. They were smiling and they got mad. You hear that ding, that text ding. They were like, and then they threw their phone.
It's okay to
Well,
feel,
not
it's okay to feel that way, but don't
yeah,
feel
yeah, but but you're out of a phone. You're mad. You gotta pay for
5 minutes.
whatever you broke.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, now you're just sitting there drinking your coffee. Well,
Dude,
people looking at you.
emotion, it's just ridiculous. It's like they haven't learned. Some people just have such a tough time learning that you can't act on emotion. You're gonna have to do shit that sucks, and you're gonna
Yeah,
have to deal with things that suck. But just
yeah,
say to yourself, be like, you know what? This is just another check mark to my success story. I'll just be able to tell about how my time in the field was even harder. Don't act on emotion and be a little bitch and all this stuff. I just think it's
yeah.
stupid.
No, no, I get it. I get it. You need to learn how to handle rejection, and you
Yeah.
need to like. Actually, let me ask you this question. How many times have this is kind of like an oxymoron? Yeah. How many times have the plan fell through? The plan you had to replan the plan. You had to
Every day the plan falls through, but we improvise. Like
plans don't go as planned. How many times?
almost every single day, company the plan is fucking fall through every day. But we always improvise. We're solutions. Well, that's what we do. When you're a company or you're a business or a salesperson, you got to figure out the solution. That's your job. That's how you get paid is solutions. So I'm trained nowadays to run into problems where I was like it didn't go date. I didn't check off this from my task list, or I didn't get my goal done for today. Fuck, the day's over. I'm just gonna go to sleep. But then as I got better as a salesperson, I was
Yeah,
handling more rejection. I was able to handle more rejection myself. Just things got better. I was improvising. I was better solutions, more on top of things, way more time of things. And
yeah, man.
the plan
And
falls through every day. Just deal with it and do better.
yeah, and how's the when you people don't get when you create a business, and tell me if I'm wrong. People think it's I wouldn't say easier, but they think it's like not a 9 to 5 job. I say it's 24/7, because you'll get a text or a call at, I don't know, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. And what are you going to do? You're not going to not pick it up.
Yeah.
Especially when you're just starting, or even if you don't pick it up, you probably read through it, you don't answer, but you give yourself time to think about it, process it, and then get back to it. But you're always kind of working, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yes. So in my case, we have customers looking to have their boats worked on at 2 a.m. It's a thing before.
really?
I think the more common example would be like, okay, yes, you are free to do what you want as a business owner. You do choose your own hours, but do you want a
Yeah,
shitty business or do you want a booming business? You have
yeah,
two options. You can work 2 hours a day and just do bare minimum shit. It's like, all right, I'm good. My business sucks. I'm happy. I can barely pay the rent. Or
yeah.
you work, you can schedule. Let me show you something. Look at this. Or
He's,
you
he's going he's going to pull out his stacks of cash, everybody.
Or you can do these kind of things and you can schedule 16-hour work days. You can do what you're going to do in the first 5 hours of the day, the next 5 hours, the next 7 hours, and you can be number one. And
Yeah,
not
and
everybody can handle that kind of schedule. So it's a choice. It's a
yeah,
choice. I
and look,
work 15
we're
hours a day.
yeah, and look, to everyone that's listening to us, yeah, that's as a business owner, that's sometimes what you have to deal with. It's your baby.
It,
That's
it,
exactly what it is. But to everyone's listening, don't kill yourself over it. You can treat yourself. Like, what's the point of making this business if not to treat you or your partner or the people around you that's supporting you in this? And that you and them deserve to be treated. More than everyone as a business owner. It's your business. You made this so you can live the life you wanted. But just know, once that little vacation's over, and that vacation might not be a vacation, it's back to it. It's
Yeah,
back to it.
exactly what Hunter just said. What are you willing to put in? That's what you're going to get out. If you want to,
Yeah,
you're going to get bad results. You're going to get lazy results. That's
yeah,
that's how the world works. It's frequency. If you put in a ton of work, if you work your ass off, you get early. If you're doing these things every day for a year, you're going to be much, much better off than if you work 2 hours a day because, oh, I'm a business owner. I can be lazy and I have a set schedule. I don't work for anybody. My way of thinking is, okay, now I'm a business owner. Now I'm taking way more sacrifices for my team. I got to keep my team happy, keep all my customers happy. I work for way more people than just one person now. And it's much harder, but that's what I
yeah,
signed up for because I enjoy it. Enjoy it.
yeah. And some people don't get that. Some people do get that. Some people get it, but they think it's an on and off thing. And I'm telling you, if you go off it, you better double take back into it because, you, like I said, that time, it's a double-edged blade, and once you start, it doesn't stop.
Want to be the best that you do. Get ready to work on holidays. Get ready on weekends.
Holidays, man. Yep.
That don't feel comfortable networking. Get ready to do uncomfortable shit. Because
Yep.
the way you have to look at it is, all right, my competitors don't feel like doing this. No other person would technically want to call people they don't know and try to sell them. It's uncomfortable. You're going to get a ton of rejection. But guess what? It's uncomfortable to your competitors too. Nobody wants to do that stuff. So if
Yeah.
you do it, that changes the game.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And how many times have someone came up to you and said, how are you doing this? How are you connecting with people? And then in your mind, you're just like, I contacted them. I told them it's
It's
that
such
simple.
common sense, ridiculous, man. It's like all I can say at this point is work hard.
Man,
Like, what do you
like
want me to say? Stop being fucking lazy. I don't even know you. You know, like, I don't know what to tell you anymore.
the best way to start is to take that first step. It's the dumbest thing to say.
And it's the only way too.
It's the oldest thing to say, but taking that first step does you wonders.
It's the only way to make it happen. Your mommy and daddy. I don't know all these viewers. I don't know people that have come in and out. Maybe their dad's a billionaire. I don't know. That sucks to me. That sucks being have everything at birth.
Yeah, man. And look, everybody starts at a certain point, but as you see it, depending on the people's situation, it's your job to make something out of yourself. Remember, your dad's money isn't your money. Your mom's money isn't your money. So, but if they are funding you, if you're in that situation, you better make something of it. And then, in the end of the day, you better pay them back in double. If that,
I would also hope. I would also hope your daddy was smart enough to make billions of dollars. He'd be smart enough to teach you self-discipline too.
Oh yeah, man.
He didn't get it just jacking around. That any
Teach, teach,
millionaire or billionaire worked their face off for it. So
man, I'm so happy. And my dad's still teaching me just business and the fundamentals and basics of it. Sales was the most important thing he taught me. Sales, the people he introduced me to whether in person or just to listen to on YouTube, gave me homework in that sense, like good homework, beneficial homework, not the type of BS you get in school that, man, I can't even remember half this stuff.
right.
But like, come on, give me a break. You're gonna tell me someone's gonna jump around the corner of a supermarket and make me do calculus? I'm sorry, make me measure a triangle. Just like, give me a break. Like, okay, you need to do math to count your money and make sure no one's ripping you off.
iPhones have calculators now. Come on.
But other than that, you have the phone, you have your calculator, you have Google. Why don't you teach me how to connect with people, because people are losing that ability. Why don't you show me people to connect with? Why don't you show me how to, I don't know, tax write things off.
Yeah.
Legally. So the IRS is not knocking at my door. All of a sudden I wake up and, my TV's gone. There's a guy in a black suit with
Never
a
thought,
clipboard. Yeah.
dude. It's literally exactly what you said. I went to 2 years of college, all business courses, all like life and business one-on-one courses. Still didn't know how to do my taxes. Still didn't know how to change my bill. Still didn't know what a tax write-off was. Still didn't know how to start, build, and deal with employees. Like I didn't learn anything, man. And I went into that in that video, and that was one of the few things that people were like, "Well, yeah, if you want to be a doctor, you should go to school." I agree with that. I think there's
Man,
that you must.
man,
But
it's crazy because it's illegal to make a school that teaches you about those things, teaches you about how making money in the United States. Robert Kiyosaki, and hate him or love him, Donald Trump were sued over that. They made one. They made one. Hate him or love him. In my personal opinion, I don't care. He still gets results when it comes to money, and when it comes to being in the spotlight. When it comes to, I'm all about results. When it comes to results, you have to look at these people, hate them or love them, see what they're doing. But those two are very good examples on how to make money and how to make it right. They made something, they made a school, they attempted to make a school that teaches these fundamentals that you were saying you weren't getting taught. You know, how to raise capital when you have zero. How to tax write-off legally without going to jail. But in the end of the day, government took it down. They were sued. These are things you're not learning necessarily. You're not going to be taught in school. You're going to have to be around people that are doing what you're trying to do to learn. That's the reality of your situation. And that's the reality of our situation. I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes, but that's the reality you're dealing with. And that's what you're going to have to face.
they have self setbacks in their mind. They're like, oh, well, I need a mentor. Chris and Hunter said, I need a mentor. I don't have anybody that's wealthy or anybody in my life. You can find a mentor online.
Find him. You can throw a rock in America and hit a millionaire. You can throw a rock in Maryland. You can throw a rock and hit a millionaire. Probably knock him off his boat.
Throw a rock and hit $1 billion building.
I know. And you're telling me you can't find one person to talk to. Come on. One YouTube video. You don't even need to talk to that person. You can find a YouTube video. You can type on Wikipedia just to see what they're doing. I mean, like, we live in the internet age, the age of information. If you're telling me you can't do that, I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, and I think it's a blessing and a curse because there's all this great information online. There's also all these bullshit cat videos. You know, it's a yin and a yang. You know, what are you gonna choose? You go on any of my page, For You pages, motivational stuff, master, grow your business. That's for me. That's what I choose.
Yeah.
Mine for. And then some people are like, well, I can't find a mentor. I can't start a business. I can't do that. What For You page? Cats and fucking dogs and jokes and all this bullshit.
Yeah, and look, guys, you can have fun. None of us here are saying you can't have fun. You only got this life that we know of, right now. You're here right now. You can have fun, but you can't be like Christian says, 20 hours watching cat videos.
And then complain. That's the word.
And then complain. And then all of a sudden that one video on your feed, that motivation saying, "Oh, you suck," and with the motivational music, get off your ass. And now you feel bad, and you're like, man, that's impossible. Nah, man, that's not possible. Get off the cat videos.
Get off the cat videos, man. What are you doing?
Like, give 5 minutes to yourself to watch a cat video, but then 2 hours of work. Back to work. Do something. Watch the cat video and work out. The idea.
I used to have the mentality that everybody was smarter than me too. I don't even know how I graduated high school, dude. Failed out of high school, and I right out of high school, I still had that mentality. I was like, everybody's smarter than me. I'm dumb as fuck. Like I didn't even I barely passed any quiz that we did. And then I started making mistakes in business. I started making money. And until now, I wasn't making real money until now. And I was like, wow, the only reason I did that was because of all the mistakes I made. And in order to go, and I never had problems asking my teacher for help either. You know, a lot of people, these straight A students, they don't want to ask for help. They study and they do it all, and they don't want to ask for help. I'm used to asking for help all the time.
And they end up working for you, don't they?
It's exactly right. It's exactly right.
You know, me personally, I I heard this from one of my mentors. You know, uh, Les Brown said it too. You don't want to be the smartest man in the room, so that's okay. But you want to be around men that are smarter than you, because if you're the smartest person in the room, are you really growing?
Exactly.
Because you're in your comfort zone, man, and you're not being challenged. You're not really learning anything new. You'll learn a few things, but imagine if you had 10 minutes and you were in the room with the biggest billionaires of the world. Imagine how much information, your stance, the way you talk, the way you look, it's different. The
Yeah.
way you'll try, your body will try and mimic what they're doing. Your personality will try and mimic what they're doing. You're still yourself. You keep your core, but they're going to propel you in the right direction, opposed to you. and in the in the what you call what you call it we'll just say a regular 9 to 5 with your friends, and regular 9 to 5 jobs. Nothing's wrong with them, and that's we need them hardest working people out there. Respect, mad respect, and I have a lot of family members that are like that. You need them, people like that, and it has nothing to do with intelligence. It has nothing to do with will, and that's just the route they went, and you're either happy or not with it. But the way you hold yourself with them, and the way you would hold yourself with the billionaires, two different things. And the way you'll grow, two different things. Two different, completely. People could challenge me on it. I'll stick by it.
What you just said, going back to the cat videos, we've had people that are complaining, talking about how they can't, but they will be in a place like Ruth Chris, or like, I'm not saying up and talk to somebody that is eating and minding their own business, but you're always around people that have money, and you're sitting there watching cat complain. It's just,
yeah, man, it's interesting. How many on a daily basis? How many complaints you get? I mean, on like yearly basis, how many complaints you get of people just, you know, just complaining to complain to you?
everything that.
Yeah. And you either can challenge them and waste your energy, or you can kind of just laugh and don't say anything to them, move past it, and do what you're doing.
I'm glad you said that, because I'll give critical advice to people. For example, the other day, I have no money. Look around you. You're in the heart of Annapolis. There's millionaires and billionaires here. Look out the window. There's $10 million building. There's a $5 million building. There's 300 cars. They all have a couple grand in their bank account, and you're complaining about $150. Just go knock on door to door to door. If that same guy says, like, I know really he's insecure about going door to door, versus,
And that's fine.
yeah, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'm going to go knock door to door. I'm going to see that. How much money how many hours do I have in a day? How much money can I make? I'll charge this person $100 per car, knock on the door, hit 10 cars a day, $1,000 a day. If you don't have that mentality, you're kind of fucked in the world, to be honest.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember, I go back to my dad a lot, because he massive inspiration, and just off some of the things I do. I had to kind of model some of the things I do after him, because he was so efficient at it. And his mistake, I was actually watching him make mistakes, and I was actually watching him learn from the mistakes. I would see him leave when he worked for Cintas, a sales company, in a suit in DC in the summer with the shoes His soles would be the bond would be just smooth because he'd be walking miles and miles knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Sales. And he was like, look, I'm in it to learn how to sell. I'm not really in it for the money. I'm learning because he invested in himself. And we take that for granted. I'm using him as an example because we take him for granted. We're going after the money and we're not investing in ourselves. The money will come when you invest in yourself. You know?
People definitely understand. You can actually spend money. You can spend money. There's two ways. If you just started your company, you can take $1,000 and you put it into a Facebook ad and most likely lose every single fucking dime of that $1,000. Don't know what you're doing. Or you
Yeah.
can take $1,000, go buy a ticket to a mastermind, somebody you look up to who runs a business like you. Go learn from them, all their ideas, steal their mindset for $1,000. You have a millionaire's mind for $1,000. It's investing in yourself is so underrated. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And look, like I said, and like you said, we live in the information age. Pull it up on YouTube and other things. Go to a class or a TED Talk. That's fine. However, make sure it's the right mentors, though. And not some just random guy. Oh, I know how to make $1 million in 5 minutes. come to my meeting. Come to my live.
People would buy it. They would buy it.
And people buy into it. Hey, look. Nothing against them because they're hustling and they got you to do it. Look, hey, they're the ultimate salesman in buying into BS, getting you to buy into BS. But like investing in yourself with the right people, and there's so much information around. You can pull it up in 2 seconds. If I were to hang up right now, I can go on YouTube, Robert Kiyosaki. Pull it right there. YouTube videos, podcasts, best selling author right now for years. So I'm like, oh, shoot. Okay, that was easy. 2 minutes, 2 seconds. I'm sorry. Pulled him up, and the knowledge that I take from it is more valuable than the money I'll be making.
Absolutely, 100%. You can make your mind is indestructible unless you die. You can keep making forever if you invest in yourself.
Yeah. Unless you're Walt Disney, because apparently he's still alive in Disneyland. Yeah, man. But all jokes aside, yeah. Like you said, energy is not created nor destroyed, but it's what you use it towards that matters. You know, like you said, man. You said best. But yeah, man, I'm glad we did this. This is very good. Awesome. Picking your mind and having, I think, a lot of people, especially from our area, I don't know where most of them are now. I barely connect to anybody back in the States, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them would like to hear it. And a lot of your future customers, hopefully, a lot of your future customers would like to know who the best person to go to.
People could take a video and turn $1 million business out of it, or they could take it and just say Christian and Hunter are idiots.
Yeah. Hey, look. This you might say this whole thing was trash, or you might say, hey, this is amazing. But at the end of the day, there might be something you might be able to pick out. Maybe you need it at the time. I know we didn't go in detail of where our businesses truly are, but that's for you to come look at our page. Come to us and look us up more. We're just giving you a kind of introduction of what we do, and because we both came from the same area, and showing how we did it. You know, two different businesses. Some same mentality, but you know, at the end of the day, we did something that got us to the point we're at. Yeah. Simple. and we're nowhere near complete. Nowhere near. I'm sure nowhere near complete. Are you done? Are you finished? Because I'm not. But yeah, this was for everybody to just get the knowledge of MadSoaps, FC Omega, and to pick our brain and to show you what two people that hopefully are up and coming massive billionaires with what we do, and how we started. Put in the record books, you know.
Take notes. We need people to ask comments what they want us to talk about too. I'm sure there's a lot of things that we could talk about that people are just getting out of the video because we're not talking about what we want to talk. The whole point of this is to help you guys. We're not mind readers. We can only talk about what we've experienced, and however we can help, we will.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure it goes for you too. But text me, DM me. I'll respond. I'll respond. You got any questions? I'll respond. You want a partnership? I'll respond. I'm open. I'm mostly free, and you know, we get back to you very fast. And I know my friend over here will get back to you with his business and everything. We are about growth, so that comes with the job. So contact me about FC Omega, and contact my friend about MadSoaps. We're about growth.
You'd like me and Hunter to both put our minds together to help you guys, we'll do it.
Yeah, man. I'm sure there'll be projects in the future where I'll need him at, and maybe there'll be projects in the future that he needs me with. And yeah, but to everybody that's watching, I hope you are future fans, customers, clients in your case, donors, and all the good stuff, Haters, yeah. Hey, come on, give me free advertising. I need more advertising. I need more. And for my part, I'm gonna finish up with this. No, I'm not perfect. No, my business is not perfect. It is always growing. But if there is a need or something that needs to be fixed, I will do my best. My company, with my partner, Toriano Davis, look him up. We'll do everything in our power to grow and adapt to that, to fill in that niche. So, that being said, we're all about improvement. And on that note, I'm gonna leave it to you, my friend.
Yeah, if you guys need something, feel free to reach out to Hunter. Feel free to reach out to me. There was a lot of things that we did cover. It was mostly mindset stuff. I know Hunter's done a really, really good job at niche marketplace, providing opportunity. He's done a phenomenal job, and I've been watching him over the past couple of years. I've also done a phenomenal job in marketing, team building,
Yep.
influencing people, sales training,
Yep. Outreach. Amazing job with outreach.
Everything. If you guys have questions about any of those, feel free to reach out to him, to me personally, or if you want us to cover it and put two brains on one idea, we'll do another collab. But we need you guys to let us know what you want to talk about.
Yep. I couldn't say it better than myself. On that note, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you contact either one of us for whatever needs you have. And yeah, please subscribe and help us out. But that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. All right.
All right, you man. Thank you. I'll talk to you
soon.
soon.
All right, man. All right, see you, man.
Peace out.
Peace.